Welcome back, everybody. Take a break with Stephen, Mr. Stephen Shamus.
Good to see you, my friend. You got a few shows coming up, right? You got Chicago, you got a few other
Chicago, Florida SuperCon, and then we got to start getting ready for New York, and then it's all over again. And San Diego's sandwiched in there that I have to go to because if I
you
don't,
have to go to San Diego.
Well, why not? I'm here. I'm in California.
You just go. Right, you go as an attendee. Got
it. Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I can't take the big crowds. It's too much.
Yeah, it's last year was nice. It was very light, but I think they're back to capacity this year.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a monster for sure.
Yeah. All right. What do we got, Alex?
We got Kang fever, and we can't get out of it. We cannot get out of our Kang fever. So we're gonna talk Rama-Tut. We're gonna talk Scarlet Centurion. We're going to talk Victor Timely, which is probably one of my favorite Marvel names. And then we're going to kind of slide back into the Guardians world with Knowhere.
Heads up! We're inbound! What is it?
It's called Knowhere, the severed head of an ancient celestial being. Be wary, headed in, rodent. There are no regulations whatsoever here.
Got it. Okay. All right. What are we rocking with, Alex?
Well, yeah, let's talk about Rama-Tut. Kang numero uno.
After seeing credit, this one was from 1963. Who is Rama-Tut?
Rama-Tut is Nathaniel Richards, which is a Kang. He got sent back in time, and kind of set himself up as a ruler in Egyptian times. He got sent there, and the Fantastic Four defeated him, and this was kind of the first time we saw a Kang. This is the first time that we got a taste of what would come later. Was the Rama-Tut. So everybody's very happy to see him in the movie, because this is when we talk about Kang, this is the first one. This is the one that we saw. So it's cool to see him again.
Got it. So Fantastic Four number 19, October of 1963. There's only 1 9.8, 11 9.6s, 14 9.4, 13 9.2, and 21 9.0. These are probably mostly run collectors of Fantastic Fours. An 8.5 recently sold for $2,000. They're very hard to find higher than that. I think if you try to find yourself a nice clean 7.75, 8.85, where the cover's attached, clean, nice colors, I think that's what you're looking for. First appearance of Rama-Tut, letter from Steve Gerber, full page ad for X-Men 1. Predates X-Men 1. Stan Lee story, Jack Kirby art, Jack Kirby cover. That's what we like.
Yep.
Okay, what do we got next, Alex?
Kang fever's going on. We're going to talk about Scarlet Centurion.
Okay, what's this iteration?
So after Rama-Tut was defeated, he flew back to his own era and was caught in the time stream and came back to Earth 616 modern era Marvel universe. There he kind of got with Doom, ditched his Rama-Tut, and kind of started dressing like Dr. Doom, and that's where the Scarlet Centurion came in. A little bit, a precursor to your Iron Lad, who is also a Kang and in Young Avengers, who is definitely going to be in a Young Avengers thing that when you have Kang and Iron Lad and all that time stuff, we're probably going to see that. But it just, again, another Kang, another villain, another version, and we saw him in the movie.
Yeah. So Avengers Annual number 2, September of 1968. Again, many moons ago.
Yes.
5 9.8s, 11 9.6s, 35 9.4s, 33 9.2s, and 39 9.0s. A 9.0 recently sold for $500 to $600. Not bad. Again, we don't know which Kangs are going to start appearing in the films. It's like the Spider-Verse, right? You don't have no idea what's coming next. So, again, these are not expensive books. And, Avengers Annual, again, you have Avengers collectors. So, you have run collectors that, will have these books. And, if you can get one at a decent price, get one. First appearance of the Scarlet Centurion, Roy Thomas story, Don Heck, Werner Roth, and Vince Coletta art with John Buscema and Frank Giacoia cover and art. All right. Alex's pick of the week. What do you got for us today, Alex?
We've got Kang Fever and I've got Emerald City Hangover. So I'm a mess here. Want to talk about like the exclusive pins they were doing at Emerald City. So first was Then Monkey Studios did this Avatar Last Airbender Korosami pin, and there's some foil in there. They've got the stamp.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. 129 of 300. So again,
they numbered them.
Comic-Con, 70,000 people. This is pin 120 of only 300 made. And this is an Avatar property, which is always going to be hot. As soon as the new TV show comes out, it's going to boost everything up. These are the new, collectible things that I think are attainable now, but you'll want later if you're trying to collect all the pins. The second one was like the show store did a Cowboy Bebop also.
Oh yeah, nice.
And I think pins for a little while were really big. Enamel pins were really big for a little while, and they kind of dropped off a little bit. But I think these larger specialty foil pins, I mean, there's people buying them at the show store all weekend. There's people trading, and a lot of the Artist Alley dealers are starting to put pins back into their sets. I think it's an easy, fun collectible. And again, it's one of those things where in 10 years, when Avatar Last Airbender is still a property and people are looking for merchandise, it's going to be there. I mean, I saw one of the dealers, there was Lego sets, Avatar Last Airbender Lego sets, which was a very short.
But Lego is very hot.
Yeah. And those were $600 to $800 for open boxes. So, if you're talking those Legos, and there's a lot of cross there, I think anything in that kind of universe, especially a limited edition, is a smart way to go.
Got it. All right. What do we got next, Alex?
Victor Timely.
Another Avengers Annual. So which iteration is this one?
So this is a Nathaniel Richards, who kind of established a town called Timely, Wisconsin in 1901, and was kind of like this carnival barker inventor. He helped he was an industrial person, like, he fought not physically, but like Henry Ford and Thomas Edison were his enemies, and he was building things. He obviously had knowledge that they didn't. I love Victor Timely because like he would fake his own death because he's immortal and be like, oh, I'm Victor Timely Jr., my poor dad, like, oh, I miss him. And then he would just continue on and do that again, like, oh, my poor dad died, I'm Victor Timely the third. But he is, he is a Kang. He eventually becomes Kang Prime, which is something I think that we haven't seen yet. The full extent of that, and obviously it's going to be the Loki films or the Loki TV show. But I mean, he was in the end credits with Loki. When they're talking about, oh, that's him. That's Victor Timely.
Right. Okay, so Victor Timely Avengers Annual number 21, 1992. There are 29.8s. It's a 400 plus. It keeps skyrocketing because the pop is not that high.
Yeah.
Mark Grunwald and Scott Benson stories, Herb Trimpe, Ron Lim, Dan Panosian, Carl Alstetter, and Rich Januszewski artwork. All right, what are we closing with today, Alex?
We're just going to talk about one little head, Knowhere.
Yes. So talk to us about Knowhere. We expect Knowhere to play a prominent role in Guardians 3.
Yes. So we saw Knowhere. We saw that their base is on Knowhere in the Christmas special. So we know that they're going to still be there. We think. It's funny that a place is something that collectors are buying first appearances of.
That's funny. Right?
It's worth it, right? Because like this ties into like a lot of stuff in the Marvel universe and the MCU, the cinematic universe. Knowhere is a severed celestial head, and people have set up mining operations. I think in the Marvel universe, and the comic books, it was like a science research center. Like all the scientists go there and did research and stuff. It even ties into like Null's the one that cut the celestial head off. That was, learned later on. It's just a really cool place that a celestial head is like the home base for people, and you can see them flying in and out of eyeballs and and mouths.
Well, we've also seen things like the spell book,
Yeah.
from Scarlet Witch and things like that. So it's not always a character.
Yeah.
Sometimes it, even Jane Thor. Well, I guess that is a character, but like we've seen it over the years. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Knowhere, Nova number 8. I actually remember that. I don't know why I remember that book coming out. It's hard to believe it's 15 years ago already. January of 2008. There are 39 9.8s. It's a $400 plus book right now. And maybe because Knowhere is featured in Guardians 3, you might have some of the characters in there,
Yeah.
which is the first appearance of the Luminals of Zarth 3.
Yeah.
Sinosaur, Phase, Suspensor, Discharge, Crater, and Suspenser. So maybe some of those characters will start appearing, right? Yeah. Also Cosmo and Knowhere, and it's a Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning story with a Wellington Alvis and Scott Hanna art with an Adi Granoff cover.
Big one.
All
Big
right.
one. And Cosmo also helps that push that book. I mean, everybody likes a good dog.
All right, Alex. We appreciate your time today. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the field below. Otherwise, we will see you all next week. Same bat time.
Same bat channel.